School's out for summer now, man. And go back to your store, man.
Okay, yes. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much, Mike.
Hey there, and welcome to The Musers, the podcast. Boy, are you in for a treat this week. It's part 2 of The Musers, the podcast, the live show from the historic Kessler Theater in Dallas. I hope you enjoyed part 1. I thought that was fantastic. Now, in this part, we are going to get personal with each other, and we entertain questions from you. So if you weren't able to make it out there live, I hope you enjoy this special review of The Musers, the podcast, the live show from the Kessler Theater.
What I would like to talk about tonight is things that I've learned from each of you. And, each of you have taught me different things and different lessons. You're both very different personalities. When we first started doing the radio show together, Craig is a very type A person. He likes to plan. He likes to be squared away. He has neat handwriting. And George is the opposite of everything that I just said. Like George, I still don't know how you can even read your own handwriting.
It's terrible.
It clearly looks like somebody who's in the head injury rehab unit who's trying to gain back skill. But it does look really...
Yeah, serial killer kind of?
Yeah, not good penmanship.
No.
But the balance of you two is what works so well. Craig's more buttoned down, type A, and Giorgio is just let's do it. And I thought about this on a bit that we did that was very successful that Craig and I were hesitant on. And George said, no, it'll be great, it'll be fine. Can you guess which one it is?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
This was many years ago. This is probably 10 years ago when we first did the bit.
Is this an 840 bit?
It was 840 on our radio show, and it was the most half-assed thing possible. And I thought, man, it had a lot of moving parts.
It's going to end our careers.
It was the first fake Michael Irvin that we did. Michael Irvin from the Dallas Cowboys, and you had school closings and this idea.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I don't even understand the premise. But George was like, oh, no, it'll be great. And then y'all just throw it to me, and I'll read it. I'll say to the school, and then Michael Irvin will close them.
Yeah, the original concept was it would be the fake Michael Irvin reading school closings under us while we talked and did a segment.
So instead of the crawl you see on TV, we can't do that on radio. So
it's Michael Irvin and an audio crawl reading school closings.
That's not too distracting.
And it was the most insane idea, but it totally spoke to your personality, which even times when I'm hesitant to do a bit or to try something unusual, you're always the one who's saying, no, let's do it. It'll be fine. It'll be good.
Because I know you can pull it off.
And, see, that's the problem.
I think everything's going to work.
Everyone in my life has always had a lot more confidence in me than I have. It's been a common theme. But those are two of the things that I've learned from you. I've learned from Craig that I should be more, I should plan ahead a little bit more. It's crazy. This is something you taught me first year we worked together, Junior, because we used to ride together a lot and going places, and we lived together for a while during the early days of our radio station. And Craig would get there early. When we had to be somewhere, he'd get there early, and I never even knew that was a thing you could do. And I remember getting to places early with you, and there would just be all this time, and my heart rate would be down, and I'm like, oh, wow.
This is something here.
This is amazing. This is like a fantastic new drug I've discovered. It's punctuality. And George is the opposite of that, everything I've said there.
Yeah.
George is not quite as late as I am usually, but George has that eternal optimist hope, the same hope that gives us fake Michael Irvin school closings is going to work, just trust me, is also this eternal optimist hope that tells George that he is 15 minutes from any destination he has to drive to.
That is true. My boys say the same thing about me.
His internal clock just always says, where is it? I've got to be in Lubbock. When? In 30 minutes? Oh, yeah, I can make it there in 15.
I think it's one of my boys before they got married told my wife, could you make sure Dad's not cutting the lawn like 30 minutes before the ceremony? Yeah, I got time.
Yeah,
I can do it.
And I'm kind of that way. I always think I have time to do a whole bunch of things. So like here, we got to be at the Kessler. Like we had to get here before you guys did for the sound check and everything. And I was thinking, do I have time to change oil in 2 more cars?
Oh my gosh.
Just 2 more cars.
I still can't believe you do that. It takes 5 minutes at an oil change place.
Have you gone to an oil change place and seen the people that can execute these moves?
Yes.
It's not that hard.
And they call out stuff. Okay, clear on the right. And all sorts of complicated orders.
The reason that I started doing it, because a couple reasons. One is that when I was a boy, I used to change the car's oil with my dad, and I loved that project with him. It made me feel useful. It made me feel like I could do something right in this world. And then the other reason is this quick oil change place that I go to has the most methed out felons.
They seem to know what they're doing, though, and they can do it in like 5 minutes.
These guys are like, they look like tattooed scarecrows, every single one of them. They're extremely thin. They have probably 24 teeth among the 10 of them. And they do a poor job every single time.
Okay. Well, I'm so impressed that Gordon can do things like that. He can change oil.
It's not
work
difficult.
On his
Don't
AC
applaud,
unit.
ma'am.
Yes,
It's not
you
very
should
difficult.
applaud that.
Does your husband change your oil? You understand what I mean by that? He doesn't? What's that? He's changed a carburetor on a lawnmower. Very good.
I would never attempt something like that.
It's easy. It's a bolt-on.
I've done the pull string on a lawnmower where you start it.
Whoa.
I've done that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that great.
I've pushed it.
Yeah, we use the phone. It is pretty impressive how he can fix a lot of things and work on things.
I've always been appalled at the way that you guys will just make a phone call for everything. Everything.
Well, there's a convenience fee.
Your time is worth a lot.
And I agree. And you guys have influenced me on that. And as I've gotten older, there are times where I say, I just don't want to mess with that and just make the phone call to somebody who'll do it. But then there's other things that I still do. I still climb up on the roof in these dress shoes.
That's crazy.
You've got to stop doing that.
That is how your life is going to
kill
end.
yourself.
I don't care.
The news story will be he was oddly wearing dress shoes on the roof, and that caused him to slip and fall. May he rest in peace.
Be wearing cargo shorts and dress shoes. It makes no sense.
How many pairs of those you have, you imagine?
I was just telling one of our P1s of this story that, I have this particular model of shoe that I've worn for the past 20 years, and I buy them in bulk, and they're kind of expensive. I don't know how much men's shoes are, but I swear these shoes are like $60 a pair. Is that expensive or not?
No.
That's pretty cheap.
Women are all shaking their head like, oh my gosh,
for
that's
a dress
nothing.
shoe, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, but I like them because they're comfortable.
Comfy.
You just slip them on, and I use them as disposable. I wear them until they get to looking like this. This needs to be replaced.
They look okay.
No, look at this, George. There's no tread on the
Oh,
bottom.
yeah,
of
they're
them
a
and all
little
that and
bald.
everything. And I just changed the oil in them the other day.
No tread.
And
tread, yet you'll wear them on a roof.
Wearing dress
and then I
shoes.
go into the closet where there's a whole stack of them. It looks like the back of a shoe store, back of a DSW back there. And I pull one out from the bottom and say, okay, these are the next pair. And I put them on and I throw these in the garbage.
I'd love to see their bean keepers when they're going through. Yeah, this model we sell
It
a hell of a
sells
lot
like
of them in
hotcakes.
Dallas.
We can't discontinue
But we don't
it.
sell them anywhere else.
This guy in Texas buys, like 300 pairs.
Yeah, they're not popular anywhere else but this one house. Well, that's the thing. I always wear these same shoes for everything. And it's great because I don't have to think about what my footwear is going to be.
Okay, yeah.
As far as fixing things, I think I made a decision a long time ago
That you weren't going to be a man?
No. That in other ways, if I fix something, let's say I tackle a project and I actually fix it, I don't get as much satisfaction as I would get in the 5 hours that I saved and all the stuff that I could do in the 5 hours. I get a small amount of satisfaction that I fixed this or that, but it's usually not worth how much time. And usually within that, however long it takes to fix something, I find myself incredibly frustrated. And you're trying to find a YouTube video or get my readers to look at the instructions, and they never seem to make sense. And it's just it's not worth it to me, the little bit of satisfaction that you might get to say, oh, I did that, and then nobody's impressed.
No.
You know?
I think people are impressed.
I don't think so.
I am impressed by. If
See,
it means
you're
anything-
impressed.
yes.
There you go. I got
I'm
one right
impressed
here.
that you can fix things.
And there
Yes.
are still some women in this world who think it's sexy for a man to be competent at things.
If you build an entire house, I'm
I will.
impressed.
I'll do that.
That impresses
Here's the
me.
thing. I think
I
he
will
could.
build
I
an
really
entire
do.
house, and then I will knock it down before you can set foot in it.
That sounds like something he would do.
But the difference between you and me, though, Craig, is you're probably doing something constructive during that 5 hours that you're saving by picking up the phone and calling the guy and speaking your contractor Spanish, trying to get him over there to do what you should be doing.
See.
But see, I won't. I'll just be sitting there watching YouTube videos anyway about how to do that very thing because I want to know how to, I don't know, rebuild a lawnmower or something that is absolutely worthless to know.
That's another thing he can do. He can rebuild an engine.
It's not that difficult,
Yes, it
Giorgio.
is. That looks hard.
Well, and if you like it, if it's something you
It
enjoy,
is.
more power to
Yeah,
you.
it is.
It's just
We're with
that
you.
my mind doesn't work that way. I don't even my bike, as much as I love my bicycle and everything about that object, I hate working on it. I hate it. I hate taking it apart. I was trying to do something the other day with my seat post and a bolt fell down into the frame and I'm picking up the frame trying to empty the bolt out and
just take the seat off and ride it like
Yeah,
that.
he wanted to take the seat off, put a cylindrical object on there, and then go for a ride.
Sorry, that's cheap.
But I would much
But
I'd much rather take it to the shop and have experts take care of it, and then I get a bike back that's in shape, not
Right.
one that's half-assed been repaired by me.
But aren't you curious as to how things work?
No, that's
See, we
okay.
are.
Okay, well, there you go.
That's-
That's the
My
answer.
mind does not work.
That's a
that
blessing
way.
and a curse for you.
Yeah.
It's a blessing because you can do things, but it's a curse because, man, you apply it to everything.
I don't care how anything works.
I really don't either.
Nothing.
Including the female anatomy.
It is sad.
Craig, aren't you interested in her pleasure? Nope. Nope. Not in the least. Something else that I learned from you, Craig. This was a valuable lesson. Craig and I we decided to take a weekend trip to Colorado. This is year 2 of the ticket, maybe? Mm-hmm. And we were on this kick where we would just try to get out of town and take these really ill-advised trips that we didn't have enough time to do, and we'd go in his car because I didn't have a car that worked so well. Believe it or not, from the guy who
Can you
fixes
believe
his
that?
own
Yeah.
stuff, it didn't work very well.
I had just taken mine to the shop, so it was.
We're great.
And we were driving up in Colorado, and I'm smoking, getting the cigarette out the window.
By the way, I wish Smoking Gordo would come
He's
back.
always wanted me to start smoking again.
So much fun.
It's bad.
It is bad.
You shouldn't smoke.
Don't smoke,
Did you
kids.
ever smoke?
No.
You never even tried it.
Yeah, I tried it, but I didn't smoke for longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah, I tried it once, sucked smoke into my lungs, coughed, and thought, why is this a thing?
I still
Who
look
would
kinda
want
cool.
to suck smoke into their lungs?
Me.
It's great.
No, because I watched you smoke one time when we were really, really drunk at a bar. And I came back and you'd fished out one of my cigarettes and you're all giggly. Like you had hypoxia or something. I don't know what was going on with you. And you fished one out and you had it and you were smoking and giggling. And I thought it was the stupidest looking thing. It did not look cool. It did not look manly. He could have been in Pegasus.
Yeah.
Could have been your
perfect for
rhythm
us.
guitarist. But
You're taking a lot of shots at my manhood in the last 5
I know.
minutes.
I don't know
by
why.
the way.
I don't know.
What is-
I don't know.
lot
Why
of
am I
shots.
this target?
Because I want to
suddenly?
fight. I want to fight. No, but you taught me this really important lesson. I remember there was this guy who was built more like me, who was on the side of the road on this Colorado mountain out in the middle of nowhere, and he was on like a touring bike, heavy laden, both on the bike and on his frame. And I remember going, oh, look at that. Do you think he could, I don't know, I probably made some joke about how well would he do in the tour or something like that, right? And Craig didn't laugh. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh. I said, did you not hear me?
It's a funny joke.
I'm killing it over here. Why aren't you laughing? And he said, no, I just, I don't like making fun of anyone who's trying to get fit. Okay, all right. And that always stayed with me because I was like, that's a great point. This guy's out there, built like me, trying to get up the side of a mountain while I'm in a car zooming through at 70 miles an hour.
Smoking.
Trying to draft my Marlboro 100 out the window. And it was a very little moment. It wasn't a big deal. It just, that always stayed with me, that you had said that, and it always made me think, when you see someone making a really honest, hard effort at something, just because they don't look the part,
right?
But they are the part. So
yes,
that stayed with me, that you did that.
Good, I'm glad.
The other thing that stayed with me is when you didn't pay me back the $100 that you owe me. There was another time where it was early on in our radio careers, and there was a press conference going on. And I forget what cowboy scandal of the day was happening, but there was always one in the 90s.
Probably involved me. No. Sorry. We had a fourth headset up here, and Michael just jumped on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Irving.
Yeah. Hey, Jordan. 88.
It's not Irving?
No. That's a town, brother.
It's a town with a school district, though, isn't it?
And it's closed.
Oh.
School's out for summer now, man. And go back to your story, man. Go
okay, yes. Thank you, Michael. Thank you so much, Michael.
Yeah.
Very giving of you. So...
I don't know why people love Michael Irvin so much.
It's funny.
Because it's such a cartoon voice.
It is, yeah.
Real life Michael Irvin is such a cartoon.
I know. It's not an exaggeration, really, when you see him on the air.
And we've talked to him about that, right?
Yeah.
He likes it?
Yeah,
he's okay
likes
with it?
Oh, he loves the... Man, people coming up to me, telling me to close Valley View, man. He really loves you. Michael Irvin really loves Gordo.
Me?
Yeah. He cites old bits we did 30 years ago that involved him. And
yeah.
Yeah.
When I was doing the Cowboys fire sale bit, he always brought that back up, yeah.
Lundis Bryce.
Yeah.
Get a Lundis Bryce for free if you take one of the other receivers.
He thought that was hilarious.
He thought that was really funny. And then there was something else that I did for him. Oh, I think he was pranking Emmitt Smith one time. And this was on, I think I did it for the Best Damn Sports Show. Is that still on?
That show.
I don't even know what that show was.
Still on.
It's been off about 25 years.
I feel like we're always informing you of things.
You're always telling me things. I'm always
either
learning
a show's
sports.
been canceled for 20 years or we have a remote tomorrow or something. We're always...
Right. So they wanted to prank, and for some reason Michael Irvin was the guy who wanted me to prank Emmitt Smith. And, I mean, he didn't request me personally. It's just that he wanted to prank Emmitt, and they asked for someone who could do the job of a sound guy who's really bad at his job.
Oh, gosh, I remember that.
Remember this
that was
bit?
hilarious.
Yeah, and so they had an interviewer there that was doing a sit-down. You know, it was the sensitive sit-down with Emmitt Smith and with the tight focus cameras and all this, and the boom operator, right? I was always right when Emmitt was telling the most heart-wrenching story or whatever, the boom mic would come down into view, you know. And the director, whoever was playing the director, would just yell at me and ream me out.
Dog
cussing me. And at first, I think Emmitt felt sorry for me because this guy was being so mean. The director was yelling at me so much. He didn't know the director's in on it. And then there was another time where I was trying to get the mic in, and I think I tripped over the little table that had all the water on it and sent water flying everywhere. And then finally, Emmitt gets pissed, and he yells at me. And then I think at that point, Michael comes out and says that we're just pranking and all this kind of stuff.
That was the best.
Yeah, Emmitt, I almost got punched out by the NFL's leading rusher of all time. That was great. Anyway, back to the thing of there was a press conference that they were having, and they're addressing some scandal, and a reporter asked the question, like the first reporter asked the question, that you knew the Cowboys were not going to answer. And I thought that was the stupidest thing ever. It's like, the stupid gotcha reporter question is going to be asked, and they're going to say, we're not going to comment on that. And I said, well, why is that guy even asking that? He's not going to answer it. And you said, because sometimes it's important to just ask the question and get the non-answer on record. And that never occurred to me. And that little lesson, what it meant to me at the time was things are not always as they seem. And my judgments about the world and about the way things are done, they didn't just develop with idiocy at the helm before I came along and was able to right this whole ship that we call Earth. It was that things are done a certain way for a certain reason, and the reason, just because it's not apparent to you, Gordon, doesn't mean there isn't one. And that was a little lesson that I learned from you, Craig Miller.
That's,
and I want
that's
to thank
good to know.
How about that?
I want to
That's good
thank
to know.
you
Junior taught Gordo something.
for teaching me about how to be a good reporter. And
That's good to know,
ever since
because-
then, I've been a great reporter.
You have. It's good to know because I have zero memory of that. So I'm glad I said that.
It wasn't you. It was actually a guy named Doug. I forgot.
Oh, it was Doug.
Yeah, I forgot.
Okay.
It was our old friend Doug Anderson who actually told me that. So I withdraw that. But, okay, what we want to do is, did you guys get those little cards that we had in your seat? You did. Okay, have you written down questions? Look at that. We have all these
Wow, we
questions.
got a lot of
Okay,
questions.
so what's going to happen here? Where is Peter, our producer?
It's pizza.
There he is. He's back there.
Just pass them to the end of the rows.
Yeah, pass them
We'll
to the
come
end of
by
the
and get
rows,
them.
and we're going to collect them. And we're going to take some questions from the studio audience, as well as answer your questions that we have written down here. Now, look at this and all the.
This is Ask Us Anything.
This
You can
is-
ask us anything
Yeah.
you want, and we'll
Yeah,
try
we're going to
come
call
up with
this an Ask Me Anything AMA.
That's a little
Call it.
redundant.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to
Redundant.
call it that, so people can ask us a question if they have one.
Yeah, you can ask us anything, but if it's a really terrible question, it won't make the podcast episode. But
Yeah.
But I'm going to start off. I've got a couple for you guys.
Okay.
Number one,
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Gordon Keith
Okay.
of the Musers, the podcast,
Oh, okay.
the live show,
Uh-huh.
live from the Kessler
Uh-huh.
here in Dallas, Texas.
Uh-huh.
And listen to that applause. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, live audience.
Who is your most hated athlete of all time and why?
wow, hated, most hated athlete.
Someone that you just can't stand, that you just can't root for, that you have almost an unnecessary hatred for.
Boy, it's a good one.
Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw. No.
Yeah, I did hate him because he beat the Cowboys, and I always thought he really wasn't network quality. But
But other than that,
he's
great.
He's fine.
You know what's weird about me? I don't think I deep down hate any team or any player. I've never had a guy that I just despised or couldn't look at or
I've grown
wanted to
to
punch.
appreciate him because he's had such a long career. But man, LeBron used to drive me up the wall.
see. I've always
why?
loved LeBron.
Why? Did you hate LeBron as much as you hated A-Rod?
Ooh, that's another one. Yeah.
See, I liked A-Rod too.
You have so many hatreds, Giorgio. For a positive guy, people get under your skin more than, like Terry Bradshaw. What did Terry Bradshaw
He beat
ever
the
done to
Cowboys.
you?
He got lucky and threw a couple touchdown passes.
Yeah, but he
Super
was,
Bowl
he was
13.
greatness. He was
won
greatness. He
I
won
give him
fair
his
and
greatness.
square.
LeBron is amazing. He's great, and I've come to appreciate him. It's kind of like the Elvis impersonator over the years.
Wait,
I've grown-
what's being said now?
I've grown to appreciate LeBron, but yeah, the decision, the chicken shit stuff he did against the Mavericks in the NBA Finals, and he and Wade acting like they had a cough like Dirk did, and then Mavericks just smacked that ass and beat him. That was great. But yeah, I don't hate as much as I used to, and I'm trying to get away from that. That's not constructive.
Like
to
when we
hate.
were in college, we didn't like Joe Theismann. You know,
yeah, that's another
we made
one.
banners for him, the old Washington quarterback. We went to games and hung banners that made fun of him. But I didn't hate him. You know,
George hated Joe Theismann.
I did, until
Yeah.
he broke his leg. Then I felt bad for hating him. Thought that was
Well, I
terrible.
remember when Joe Theismann, it seemed like we were in an RV somewhere doing the show, and Joe Theismann came in and we had
Yeah.
to interview him.
Yep.
And George was talking all tough before Joe, "Oh, I can't wait for Theismann to get in here."
Yeah.
give him a piece of my mind. And as soon as Joe walked in, hey, Joe, big fan.
No, that's not the way it went
Yeah,
either.
you were.
No, it's not.
You were such a sycophant to Joe Theismann.
No, I
You need
remember-
anything? You want some water?
No, I think I
You want any
called
food?
him.
I'll baby bird it into your mouth.
I did not. I think I called him Theismann because that's his real name.
Oh, get over
He
it.
changed it to rhyme with Heisman. Yeah, that's cute.
Get over it. Who else did he hate? Did Giorgio hate? He hated Don Johnson.
He was just really annoying back in the 80s.
I think a lot of it is related to her up there that's sitting up there. Anybody that she
it's
liked.
not either, no.
Yeah, because you tell everyone about the Sting story.
Okay. Women bought that he could have sex for like 24 straight hours, and there's just no way. And I used to hear it from her about what's wrong with you. It's true.
I mean, he's 24 hours. Do you think maybe we could get 24 seconds or something out of this? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I just thought, but I always liked Sting. I always thought I liked the Police. I thought we've been able to drag me to 3 of his concerts.
Okay,
I guess.
see, that didn't sound like you wanted to go.
It was fine. It was a great concert. I didn't hate him.
Okay, but you do acknowledge that you have more hatreds than
Probably, but I've worked hard to get over that, Gordon.
Thank you.
And
Good.
thank you
I'm
for
glad,
noticing.
I'm glad you've gotten
Thank
over
you.
some of these.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it's because I've always loved sports, but
Yeah.
I don't think I've always taken it that seriously. Like, I really love my teams, my favorite athletes, but I don't take it so seriously that I have developed hatred for the opponents or
Yeah.
athletes that I watch that I don't like. I don't think I have that in me.
Yeah,
I don't take
unfortunately,
it
did.
seriously enough to even care about my own team.
Yeah, we always have
whether
to
they
tell
win.
you who's playing.
I mean, I just always saw the sports as just a bunch of misery to be a fan of.
Well, a lot of it is misery.
Yeah.
Your
Because
team doesn't
it is.
always win.
You got to be so upset about it and everything. So I just sidestepped all that and just don't be a sports fan.
It's very stressful. if
That's
you're
the
really
key to
into
being
it.
a good sports fan.
But so's life, though. You don't always win in life. You take a lot of losses, but eventually you get a couple wins. That's what makes it worthwhile, right?
I'm sensing another song right now.
I'll write that down.
Sensing it. Okay, this one is for you, Giorgio.
Okay.
What is something that girls think makes them hotter but does not?
Okay. I don't want to offend anyone in here, okay? But y'all are beautiful as you are. Stop giving yourselves duck lips, okay? Stop it. Stop. You don't need to. And I hear of all these girls like in their 20s Botoxing and all that. Stop. Don't do that. You're fine. Age naturally and we'll be fine with it.
So just to appeal to you, they need to do what
No,
you say.
I feel bad if they feel that pressure. Oh gosh, I got to keep looking younger and younger. No, you don't. Just age along with your husband or your boyfriend, and it's fine.
Well, I will.
Stop looking like Daffy Duck.
Yeah,
We don't want-
that part I don't get. Like, where are they getting the pressure to appeal to the aquatic community like this that they need? Like the duck lips is weird. That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's got to be social media.
Yeah, and before
They-
that,
they
it was
see
magazines. It was, it's what they think is what they have to look like, and they don't. I just wish
But even in magazines, like the old SI swimsuit issue, none of those models had duck lips. I don't remember that being a thing until like 20 years ago when social media started to pop up and started taking pictures with duck lips. It seemed like lips became more of a thing 20 years ago.
Well, I understand wanting to have full lips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
fine.
great. But what
And
we're
they go
talking about
overboard.
is, the overboardness of when the woman looks like she has a baboon's ass on her. Like
That's
strange.
when you've gone too far.
Yeah, when you get baboon ass lips. So your message to women is what?
You just don't. You don't see. I'm going to get myself in trouble, but you don't. You don't have to do all that stuff. You really don't. For us, especially if it's just for us, bunch of moron dads or boyfriends. Don't worry about it.
All right.
That's my public service announcement. It's really well stated.
Is this the right
Oh,
one?
a couple more there.
Also, if anybody wants to ask a question into the mic up here, we'll line up right down there, side stage. So feel free if you want to come up here with us.
Okay, this one looks like it is a female's writing, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Looks
it does.
nice.
Why do
Okay.
females write so much neater
I don't know.
than guys?
It always looks so cool. What ESPN The Ocho sport would you want to play?
Back when I could move dodgeball. Back in the day, I was a hell of a dodgeball player. I really was.
That's not that
You
great
wouldn't know
of
it
a brag.
by looking at me now, but yeah, dodgeball is like the greatest game ever invented.
So
What-
it's got to be a random sport?
Yeah.
I don't know what's on
Log
the Ocho.
rolling?
What the hell's the Ocho? Oh, that's that Wheels Off ESPN channel.
Yeah, it's the reference to the movie, Dodgeball.
This one comes to us from Rebecca. Rebecca's out there somewhere. George, how did you come up with the idea of the erection text alert system?
Okay, that is not my idea. That was just a punchline that I said on this morning's radio show.
It would be easy to test out the system because there'd be so few messages going out.
Yeah, that's probably true. I don't know, some story you did about some dumbass who was giving out a vagina report about his wife or something. And I said, well, I don't know, do we need an erection report?
What is the funniest / edgiest thing that ever happened that listeners never heard? So something that happened that I guess we had to dump or get out of or that never made the air.
Okay, well, unfortunately, some of it made the air, but we got suspended for a week.
Oh, yeah.
Cinco de Mayo, what year was that? 2000 something?
Somewhere around there.
Early aughts. And we sent him out on Cinco
Who's
de Mayo.
him? I'm listening in my car right
we sent
now. I don't
Gordon
know who
out. We sent Gordon out on the street, and he ran into a guy who wanted to drop F-bombs and S-bombs about every 5 seconds. So
He was a little drunk at 8 a.m. Like he had had a few.
So Gordo zeroed in on him, and he was funny. I mean, it was funny to hear him say all this stuff, and we would what's called dump it. We have a second. Then we had a 7-second delay. We now have a 45-second delay because of this very day. Where after about 3 or 4 F-bombs, Craig, our board operator, had dumped it, so we were now out of delay. We were in real time. And do you remember the question you asked him? Of course, you went racial. What? You did.
No.
Yes, you did. You said,
I said,
what race of woman are you attracted to?
I said, what kind of woman are you attracted to? And he said, I was expecting him to say, vivacious ones or.
He happened to be Hispanic.
One.
He happened to be
That's
Hispanic.
quite an
and
accusation from someone who wasn't even there on the street.
Well, that's
interviewing him.
That's what you told us later.
No. And he said white women. Mm-hmm. So that's who he said is the type of woman that he's attracted to.
And you had a follow-up question.
Well, I said, why white women?
And he said, and keep in mind, we are out of delay. This is live radio now.
He said, because they'll give you blowjobs.
He used even sharper language than that. And I said, because I thought we were still in delay, I said, not the white women I know. Meantime, our coworker Corby calls us and says, or he called you, and he went, man, that was out
on the air.
So this goes to the FCC, and their board of decency listens to his questioning, my joke on repeat, going, yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
And the station was
offensive?
already under investigation. That was the other thing. Is
Yeah.
they were investigating our afternoon show for an F-bomb that they thought went over the air. They were later cleared, but because the station was already being investigated, they thought that this was transgression number 2, and so they suspended all of us for a week. Hardline never got suspended.
No, they're the ones being investigated. They actually didn't even open up a formal investigation against us. It was the station doing the preemptive, we take care of our own here.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, FCC, you don't have to look at us.
I think our bosses listened to the tape and went, wow, okay. Do you think we were close to being fired?
No.
No.
No?
I don't think
Okay.
so. No.
All right.
We were suspended a week without pay.
You're still mad about that, aren't you?
I'm mad about it because they said, hey, we just need you to take one for the team. we'll make it whole later. We'll
Yeah.
catch you up later. And that day never came because that company sold us like a year later, and they're like, we're out of that business.
Yeah, we don't care.
Okay, this is, I guess for me, it says, when is Keeping Up with the Joneses coming out? That is a cartoon.
Great question.
An animated show that I did the voice of Jerry Jones for. It's going to be on Adult Swim.
I wonder what that would sound like. Y'all want to hear what that would sound like? A Jerry Jones voice.
Here's Michael Irvin to introduce it.
Hi, I'm Michael Irvin.
Okay,
What's
see,
up,
you didn't do it.
everybody?
What was your inspiration for Chris Chris? Anyone know the character Chris Chris? This is the sales guy. Everyone knows a Chris Chris, the sales guy who's just always pressing you to, come on, you want to sign on the dotted line? Hey, man, I was totally kicking it in my Aston Martin this weekend. That guy, everyone knows it. I think that it was kind of a conglomeration of all of the salespeople we've ever had.
Yeah.
It's basically every guy that lives in uptown Dallas.
Right.
Totes.
All right, this one is for you two.
Okay.
What is Gordo's funniest character to you both, and where it's tough to not laugh? Like, which one do you have a hard time?
No, for me, it's about a 3 or 4 way tie between fake Nolan Ryan, Rick Skinlonen, fake Tiger Woods. Carlton Maxwell is up there too. Those are probably the 4 that I think I laugh the hardest. Without a doubt, the bit that I laugh the hardest at are the Skinlonen brothers. There's just something about them. They're just, because the theater of the mind is one is a giant and the other is really tiny, but they love each other so much and they do everything together, and they're almost always failing at whatever they do, but they don't care. And they're just, and the voices are so bizarre that just everything about that bit, I think, is perfection. And just, I can't keep a straight face during the whole bit.
I love them too, and George hates them.
I don't hate them.
disagree. We disagree on characters, I think, more than we agree. It feels like that anyway.
Yes, because I think 3 of his best characters are relatively new ones. To me, he knocks Greg Olson out of the park every time he does it. It sounds like him. The content is really funny. His Nico Harrison, I know y'all wanted him fired, but man, I wish he would have hung out just for a few more months. Oh, good question. Hilarious. And then his Bruce Bochy was just amazing. Yeah. All great.
Everybody should know that I have one character that I will veto, and that is Clarence Murphy, the maintenance man.
That's why we haven't heard him on the air in 10 years.
But everybody should also know that these 2 each have about 40 characters that they will veto.
They make it on, though. Somehow we honor the Clarence Murphy thing, and I think he's funny. Clarence fans in the house? Yeah! Bring back Clarence. Bring back Clarence.
Okay.
Nigel.
Oh. Which one of you has the funniest abortion story?
Okay. All right.
Skip that one.
Jeez.
The answer's George, by the way, who has the funniest abortion. Outside of the movie Zookeeper.
It was promising. When the previews came out. What does it say?
Read it out loud.
Outside of the movie Zookeeper and Casey Musgrave's diarrhea, how many other game changers? Or what is that?
Yeah.
Game changers
has George
experienced. Look.
Did you say that Casey Musgrave's diarrhea was a game changer?
No, I never said that.
What does that even mean?
Y'all are obsessed with 2 tweets that she's had about problems.
It's like 4 or 5 now.
Even if it's 4 or 5, she's an amazing.
She has gastrointestinal issues.
I know, but you guys focus on that and not her incredible writing ability and singing ability and look ability.
Lookability.
She's got a lot of look ability, baby.
It's Michael Irvin again. How many women are in here because of Gordon? Oh, hey, all right. Let's see. My wife is a huge fan, and today is her birthday. Please wish Jill a happy birthday. Where are you, Jill? Balcony? Jill? Where's Jill?
Happy birthday.
Oh, no.
There's also having a birthday is Patrick today. Birthday for a brother-in-law, Patrick. What is this? Okay. Got this one. Shout out to birthday girl. Wow, we have lots of birthday girls. Tuesday Cannon. That is such a fake name. Tuesday Cannon. Where's Tuesday Cannon?
Not a bad band name.
I guess that's
Is that your
Tuesday
band
up there. No. Okay, here's one from Kyle. Where do you guys see yourself in 5 years? I already have the little plot picked out at Sparkman Hillcrest. It's going to be nice and sweet. That's Jeff Lyles, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Legend. Local legend, Jeff Lyles. All right, do we have someone with a question who would like to ask on the mic?
I guess Jeff.
Yeah,
Jeff
I do.
himself.
I do, actually. This is a weird one.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Most sports fans, they got their favorite players, star guys, the amazing players, whatever. When I was a little kid, my dad used to take me to Sears at Valley View Mall to get autographs of Cowboys players. And one day I went there to meet this guy who was a second-string running back, whose name was Claxton Welch.
Claxton Welch.
One career TD. Nobody there to meet him except me.
Oh.
And he sat there and talked to me for like 30 minutes. And he immediately became my favorite Dallas Cowboy player. Mm-hmm. And what I'm going to ask you guys about is underdogs, spares, guys who never do anything, never get any credit or whatever. Do you have like favorite athletes that never did anything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I always rooted for the guy who I thought was better than everyone else thought. Turns out I was right on one of them. Remember, I was a big Dale Ellis fan.
Yeah.
Before he really started flourishing, then went on to become an all-star. I love the underdog player that occasionally Darryl Clack stands out as a Cowboy running back that they eventually cut, didn't get a lot of time. Who was the guy from Iowa that we liked? Norm Granger.
Yeah.
Guys who maybe don't play as much, but yeah, I think every sports fan has the guy you root for that if they would just start him, if coach would just put him in.
I remember me championing Tony Romo, a little guy named Tony Romo.
I was about to say Romo.
I don't think you did.
Mine came from.
I did. Dak Prescott I championed, and you guys told me I was an idiot.
No, we didn't
No,
say
we
that.
didn't.
Please,
No,
man.
We just said when Romo was better, he was going to be back.
This is all revisionist history.
No, it
It
isn't.
happened that way. Well, I never had a personal experience like you had, but mine came from my baseball card collection or my football card or basketball cards. Yes, I would have, Hank Aaron and Willie Mays, but I would always find these guys that something about their baseball card would stand out to me. And I remember there was an outfielder for the A's in the 70s named Mitchell Page. Probably nobody's ever heard of him. But on the back of his card, I noticed in his rookie year, he had 20 home runs and 22 stolen bases. And I thought, wow, this guy's got power and speed. For whatever reason, to this day, I'll go on eBay and look for Mitchell Page baseball cards. And he never amounted to anything after that rookie season. But I have a lot of those cases where a basketball, I had Dr. J cards and Iceman cards, but there would be some guy that nobody had ever heard of, but I looked at the back of his card and there was an interesting biographical note, or he had a really interesting stat line or had some great game that they described, and I just I have 20 of those names in my memory banks that have stayed with me forever. And those were underdogs, but they never really amounted to
What about
anything.
in individual moments, like when Clint Longley had his moment?
The Mad Bomber.
Yeah, I mean, that was the only thing he ever did in his career. was that
74
game.
Thanksgiving against the Redskins.
Yeah, I was there. I
Washington,
remember.
Sorry. Yeah.
Our family used to take the bus from Valley View Mall, and you'd park there and you'd ride there, and my family all left. They left me there at the game by myself.
With an NFL player.
And I told them this guy was going to pull it out, and they thought I was crazy. They went ahead and went home, and I ended up staying there and seeing it.
I love that.
Jeez.
That's awesome.
That's
David
great.
Clyde. David Clyde is another one for the Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the guy that threw out his arm or something like that?
He got brought up too early. He was an 18-year-old
He was a kid.
phenom, and
Right after graduated high school.
drafted right out of high school, and they started him in the bigs like a week later. And
Yeah, it was a publicity
It was too
stunt,
much for him,
basically.
and he really, again, never amounted to much. Sadly, because he had incredible talent. Hey,
All right.
thanks for coming up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Jeff
Where's
Lyles,
somebody else?
ladies and
Yeah, Jeff.
gentlemen.
And thanks to y'all for coming.
Okay, this is a written question. When you guys retire from radio/podcasting, do you have an agreement to retire together? Ooh, lots
No,
of
we
emotion
don't.
on that one.
I would say we do not have a written agreement, but it will happen at gunpoint.
One guy will force the other ones to retire?
Yes.
Can't do this
Yes.
anymore. Stop.
Okay, yes, sir. What's your name?
Garrett.
Garrett.
I wanted to thank you for naming my new band Unexplained Clown.
See there? Great idea.
Great idea.
I appreciate that. I wanted to know what you guys look forward to every year, annual trip. Is it the Super Bowl? Is it the camp pound? Is it going to training camp? What is it that you guys look forward to the most?
For me, I think it's training camp.
Yeah, me too.
I think training camp is the most fun, even though it's in California and it's hell on us because we have to wake up at 2:30 or 3 in the morning. So you're dragging
it's
all
tough.
day,
Such wimps.
but we're done at 7 in the morning. So, and we're out there with all of our buddies from the radio station, and it's just so beautiful out there. It's it's 110 here, and out there in July it's 75 every day. And it's also fun hanging around the Cowboys because they're 0-0. Nobody
Got a chance.
We're not ripping them yet for a 2-5 start, and it's just beautiful out there. I think that's my favorite.
Yeah, me too. And I don't enjoy it probably as much as I used to, but I really like. I know it sounds kind of boring, but I like watching practice. And here you have access to watch an NFL team practice, and it used to be awesome when Jimmy was the coach.
Yeah.
And you basically saw a game every day. It was full contact, and it was great. But I still enjoy that and learning the guys on the team and who's going to make the team. To me, that's still really cool.
I don't agree with that because I give myself after 7 o'clock in the morning the rest of the day off.
Yeah.
I don't have to go to
He
practice.
doesn't like practice much.
This says, George, when are you going to debut the fake Masai Ujiri?
Sounds like more of a Gordo character. What do you think?
I think I want to keep my job for a little while longer.
Yeah.
No, I think that we'll develop one of those.
Yeah, probably
He's
so,
got an
yeah.
identifiable voice.
Yeah, why not?
We do. We've done other Mavs characters.
Sure.
Including Dirk with a British accent for some reason. This one comes to us from, this is unsigned, so it's anonymous.
Okay.
Did Mickey Mouse really get humped by Porky Pig to make his eye feel better?
From a recent episode.
It was from last episode, wasn't it?
A recent episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, from a Gordo story that apparently pig semen can cure eye cancer in mice. So that's why Mickey chimed in on it.
Gordo, what are the names of your 6 cats from Brandy?
That is
I have more
amazing.
people
You have
ask me
6
about the
cats.
names of the 6 cats.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they're all named, to be quite honest with you. No, they are Twinkie, Ang, Koopy.
Koopy?
Yeah. Cupido.
Okay.
Yeah, Cupido. Tully. And who am I missing? Angel.
LHO.
This was the LHO?
No, there's no LHO.
You have one named LHO?
No, I don't have anyone named LHO.
That's weird.
Oh, and Snuggles. Snuggles.
Snuggles the cat.
What an odd collection of names that is. But yeah, those are my 6 dwarves. And I'm Snow White to them. Okay, Gordon, why did you stop doing Dr. Vaginissimus?
Boy, that's a great question. What's wrong with that guy?
Speaking of training camp, that's where he would always appear.
And can you please bring it back?
I agree.
It's actually a very sad story.
Oh, here comes the fake. Something happened to the character thing.
Dr. Vaginismus went out for a motorcycle ride one day, and he decided that was the day he wasn't going to wear a helmet.
Oh, man.
And he was rounding a long, sweeping right turn. Little did he know there was someone from Great Britain who was driving here in America who was confused about our laws, and it was a big box delivery truck, and it plowed over Dr. Vaginismus. Yeah. But he survived and was unharmed.
Oh.
But the next week he got COVID.
Did he mend?
No, he had the vaccine and everything.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, he was fine.
Okay, well,
He
we'll
was
hear
fine.
from him at training camp.
Yeah, so maybe we'll hear from him at training camp.
Yay!
We did have two characters that were killed very early in the history of our show, and for whatever reason, these two guys observed their deaths. It was year 3 or 4. We're at Colonial Country Club for the golf tournament, and they started doing these two characters called Chauncey and Marmalade. They were two caddies that worked at the country club, and they just kind of mumbled to each other, and I didn't think they were very good, so we came back from commercial break, and I said, I have bad news. Chauncey and Marmalade fell off the top floor of the Colonial Country Club clubhouse. They both passed away. And so we can't have them on anymore.
So wrong.
And for whatever reason, you guys accepted that.
I know.
Somehow he's
And never
like the
tried to do him
character
again.
Keeper, you know?
Why
the
do
only
we respect
character-
that death?
I don't know.
The only character deaths that you guys have just honored. It's like you believed it.
Yeah, I guess we did. I thought
Craig,
they were funny.
Craig, my son James, who is 10 years old, wants to know why you hate Captain Sully Sullenberger.
That's a good question. A great American.
James finds him inspirational, Craig.
James, I don't hate him. I would say I just despise him.
Oh, man.
You were offended
So-
that he saved 184 lives.
No, I wasn't offended by that. I was offended at how he, since that moment, has gone above and beyond and out of his way to put the spotlight on him at all times. And I've been told by pilots, I sat next to a Navy pilot once on a flight, and we started talking about flying planes. I said, so if something happened with this plane, the pilot passed out, you could land this? And he goes, oh, yes. He goes, these things are so easy to fly. And I said, well, what about Sully and, the miracle on the Hudson? And he goes, that was not a miracle. He said, anybody could do that. And
That's one guy who probably had a few drinks in him when he said that.
Navy pilot, he serves our country, sir. Did you?
Vodka tonics in.
Did you?
I'm saluting.
No, but I still
And so
doubt that.
I think Sully, as the plane got hit by the geese or whatever, I think he sensed a book deal and on purpose landed it on the Hudson and then knew that he'd be set for life after that.
So you think he could have made it back to the airport?
There's no question he could have. He could have made it to London. But he decided he wanted a book deal and landed it on the Hudson.
Maybe.
But you're not a geese truther, and that you think the geese were real and the plane really was disabled.
I don't think
in
we ever
some
found
way.
out.
I've heard from pilots that said that it was a legit heroic thing that he did, and that he is very inspirational to a lot of young people. That's what a pilot
like James. Yeah.
No.
Those pilots are drunk.
What is the wildest night you have had on a Super Bowl trip? Oh, this one's easy.
Oh, boy.
This one's easy.
Okay. It gets put on me, but Craig was part of this, too.
I was.
It was in New Orleans, Super Bowl 31. It was the year after the Cowboys won their last Super Bowl, so the next year was Green Bay and New England. And we had broadcasted all week long, and we're in New Orleans, so hey, let's go out and have a good time. So we did, and we went to Bourbon Street, and that's when we ran into Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. And we were doing a weekly show with him, so we went up and talked with him a little bit. And then I got the attention of his wife, Jean, and she said, could you do me a favor, and next time you go over there and talk to Jerry, could you tell him that his family is ready to go? And I said, well, yeah, sure, no problem. I mean,
Why did you think that was going
I
to
had
be
a
so
lot of
easy
these, so I thought, yeah.
to jump in the middle of that family dynamic?
Never get into a domestic with any family.
To me, it sounded just like an innocent request. Like he knew it was about time to go, so I told him, and I said, "Hey, Jerry, your wife just said that the family's ready to go." And he looked at me as he's shaking his glass of whiskey and something, and he said, "Why don't you get the fuck out of my face?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I've pissed off Jerry Jones." And he said, "I apologize. Sit down. What are you drinking?" He felt bad about it, and
He immediately apologized.
immediately, it's about, 11 o'clock, and we got home the next day at 7 o'clock in the morning. So,
Yeah, he came. We were sharing a hotel room, and I got into the hotel room around 4. And in comes George around 7, and he's wearing his glasses, but it only has one lens in it. The other one had fallen out.
I'll tell you about it tomorrow.
Somewhere.
Just don't worry about it.
And I was like, "Where have you been?" He goes, "You wouldn't believe it if I told you." The whole night I was with Jerry, and a patrol car dropped me off here at the hotel because this patrol car was taking us around all these different bars. And Jerry even gave you like a roll of hundreds and told you to buy booze for this end of the bar.
Yeah, I took care of one side of the bar. He took, and I think he gave me like $400. And he said, "Yeah, you take care." How would it sound?
You take care of them over there. I'll take care of these over here.
And we did, and somehow Willie Rofe was there that night, a great offensive lineman, and
Didn't Jerry hand feed you a chili dog?
he did. There was
Yeah,
a
you
guy.
got to get to the homoerotic moment. This is the part I want to hear.
We pulled up to this bar, and he said, "Hey, I know that guy. That's Freezy. Hey, Freezy, give us a couple chili dogs." So this guy named Freezy.
And he's just a street vendor, right?
Yeah,
Freezy
yeah.
is?
And Jerry knew him somehow, and he said, "Give us a couple of those chili dogs." So we brought him over, and Jerry, threw him probably 100 for 2 chili dogs.
And you're in the back of the patrol car.
Back of a patrol car.
And so you were cuffed, so you couldn't eat the chili dog.
No, we
with your
weren't
own
cuffed. We had police Uber for some reason that night. And Jerry took out a spork, and he cut off a piece of the chili dog, and he said, "You want to taste a piece of heaven on earth?" And it was. It was the best chili dog I've ever had.
So you've had a billionaire spork a chili dog into your mouth.
Yeah. We had a great time.
Wasn't there also the moment where you were at one end of the bar and he's at the other, and you're talking to some woman or something?
There was a couple from Dallas.
A couple from Dallas.
Yeah.
One,
All right, I want to hear this one.
man and woman, and Jerry comes over to you and says, "George, are you trying to get you some?"
Again, he used a very colorful word. And I said, "No."
He used a very feline word.
The same thing that Gordon's surrounded by right now. 6 cats.
And were you?
No, I was taking care of that side of the bar. And the unknown part of this story that's really kind of sad and pathetic, and I don't think I didn't hear about this for a couple of years. One of my sons had to be taken to the hospital that night, and my wife was up all night with our middle son, Blake, who, gosh, was he 4 or 5 at the time? Yeah, I heard about that one for a while. Yeah.
So your son's in medical distress.
Right.
And you're gallivanting around New Orleans.
Yes.
With
Eating
a spork
chili dogs and
chili dog,
God knows what.
and then a patrol car.
Yeah.
And how did you lose the lens?
Okay, we got outside of some bar and we ran into, I don't think it was a fight, but it was like just this mismatch of people, and I got
Did
bumped.
you say Jerry had like a machine gun and had scraped the crowd?
No, there was no gunfire, but there was like people bustling back and forth, and I was kind of wobbly at the moment, and I got like shoulder checked, and my glasses flew off and landed on the sidewalk, and one of the lenses almost went down into a grate, and I went, "Oh no, where is it?" And wait, it must have, because I didn't have it the next day. Yeah. So I guess it disappeared into that grate or to the sewer system or whatever, and That's why the next day we had to go to Lynn's Crafters.
I remember that.
Oh, there's nothing like a post-drinking night Lynn's Crafter visit, is there?
Are y'all open on Sunday?
Can y'all open special? Come on, you got to cut me some slack. I have a kid in the hospital.
Wouldn't you love video of that entire
Oh, my
evening?
gosh,
Wouldn't that
yes.
be great?
And I love that the coda to the story is that to hush Giorgio up, Jerry Jones made him the voice of Texas Stadium in the next 10 years.
It was not hush.
That was total hush money, where you would never tell that story, and yet you've told it about 50 times so far.
Hey, well, want a good laugh? Yeah, maybe twice a year since I've told the story. Yeah.
Well, it was more than worth it. Yes, that was the wildest night ever on a Super Bowl trip. I don't think there's anything that's come close to that.
No, nothing even close. And we really don't go out like we used to. I mean, we're getting up there now.
Back in the days of training camp in the 90s, Austin or even early days out in California, the media would go out every night together, and half of the players would be there joining us.
And Jerry.
Especially in Austin. There were several years where, I mean, we followed Jerry or whatever group was going around, and Jerry would keep bars open. We'd be at a bar at 2 a.m., and the owner would say, okay, put the lights up, we're closing, and Jerry would pay the guy to keep it open illegally till 3 or 4 till he was done drinking.
And he's how old now?
83.
83 or 4. Yeah, I'll be 84 this fall.
And all that mileage has never caught up with him.
I know, it's
Doesn't
amazing.
seem to.
He still has energy.
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
It's amazing. Well, speaking of energy and losing it, I need to go to bed. I can't tell you how great this evening has been. Seriously.
Yeah. Thank you all.
It really is a special moment. It's special that you guys took time out of your lives to come here and spend this evening with us in this beautiful place and this beautiful night. And I'm so glad that we're all alive tonight to see this moment and be together, because it is something that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life that we were able to do this. We didn't think it would happen. Giorgio, our eternal optimist, said, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And thank God he did.
Thanks to the Kessler, thanks to D&M Leasing, and mainly thank you. Appreciate y'all.